leave that one on default. This isn't happening. Hello, once again, everybody. How are you doing? Good to be with you.
I never have to use it, but something tells me I will. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Now get out! Now get out! Now get out! Now get out!
Talkative sort, aren't you?
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to
His voice
stand
makes
out
everything sound
from the
cooler than
crowd.
it is. Yes, I like the color yellow.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
It's kind of a big island. What is this game? Sherlock? This is the sinking city. That's where Cousin Billy went. You bastards! Hey, what's going on with this guy? How do I get over there?
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed. The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to have Saturday nights like that too.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Can't catch a mackerel since those
You like it
Innsmouthers
here,
took over the
newcomer?
fishing business.
Well, get used to it.
Damn newcomers. Damn newcomers. Damn newcomers.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen.
took our jobs.
They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Stop it.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh.
Just came to say,
okay.
yo,
What do
what's
you
up,
want?
Shin? Yo, what's going on? How you doing, dude?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much.
I'm reading Musho
Me,
Tensei
Paul,
and drinking alcohol
and
to
Lewis.
pass out.
We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside. on
Here's a sip to you,
his
my good
business.
man.
And he came back
Have fun.
carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious,
Don't overdo it.
barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar.
It's not fun. It's depressing. Good games, my dude. Well, you know, take the little pleasures in life where you get them. Don't forget to stay hydrated, Mr. Strimmer. Yes, you tell him, Spore Lover.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or
Ahoy,
Throgmorton's
Spore
son
Lover.
got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
I'm gonna assume this is their word for God.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, Detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. Five cards short of a full house.
Aren't we all? Just 5 cards short of a full house.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
That's the way Lovecraft describes them.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nugulina, Haften. Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nugulina, Haften.
Take this, ape-face.
What's happening?
Run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
What's happening?
Take this, ape-face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
I'm missing something.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Has to be be upstairs.
Choo choo. Ahem. Choo choo. Ahem.
There we go.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong. There's something in the pocket.
Luce, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Okay then. The hell? The hell was that? Wow, where are my frame rates going? Yeah, I too am missing Bunny Shin.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Where's the bar? Everybody's cool with those things just running around.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
There we go. Now we got all the things.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it.
Believe it.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilt for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirtbag and I'll help you with anything you need.
Ed! I still hear those voices.
So where's this bar?
Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Tell that to Mr. Throgmorton.
No. No. Throg. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it.
And
keep your gun handy.
What does the
And
fox
if you want
say?
to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
The real question is, what do they taste like?
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes.
You're some kind of amazing detective.
It's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
What are you afraid? They're gonna steal your soul?
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go poke around in your house. In your inn.
What the? Get the... Oh. Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
So now we have the crime, and we have motive, and opportunity. You're gonna fry for this, Lewis.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Do you fuck young boys, Lewis?
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
Can I take the bullets and then sell them out anyway? No bribes.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Do you fuck young boys, Lewis Flynn? Ooh, moral dilemma. I mean, technically, those actions were entirely too lucid to be hysterical, but... And there's a lot of evidence that points towards him actually intending to commit the crime. There's too much that isn't... Ask yourself what Bunny Shin would do in this situation. Huh. See, but there's too much... Oh. Oh, that's interesting. This is the sinking city. This one bit of evidence pivots. There are two different outcomes here, and they depend on the other evidence collected. So, anti-Throgmorton sentiment, and Lewis may have wanted Albert dead, combined with Lewis being aware of his actions, gives us this case result. I mean, I kind of lean towards thinking that the fish dude actually did want him dead, and Albert was causing hysteria. But we'll go with this one. Can I change my mind? Alright, I'll cover for you, Lewis. You're probably still gonna go down for manslaughter, but you ain't going down for murder 1 at least. Best I can do.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas. This was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological
welcome back. I
activity
thought you went
that
to
may
sleep.
be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture.
Well, he was here
Sleeping
earlier,
giants,
and then he said he was going to go...
And a voice
I
calling
did
from the
sleep drink.
depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanted to
Salud,
find
my
the
good
cause.
friend. Salud. Hey, Stain's here too.
A geological expedition. I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source.
Senors. Senores.
So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Before I go, I just have one more question, Mr. Throgmorton. Do you fuck young boys?
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
He's a
I'll give you
gorilla.
the address of the expedition.
Murder yourself.
The key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
I just have one more question, Mr. Throgmorton. I apologize for the question about the young boys, but there was some evidence that had come up in one of my other investigations. But I need to know, and you have to be 100% honest with me here, or our arrangement is not going to work. Do you know a fellow named Grodd?
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Achievement unlocked. Hook, line, and sinker. Solve your first case in Oakmont. A revolver. Northern Coverside, crossover to Ashford and Hubert. What did I say? Asher and Hubert? I think that's it, right? Asher Road and Hubert Ave. That should be it right there. I'm a gorilla. I run a city. Yes, it's secretly a Planet of the Apes game. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking. Water filling the deck, and my headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of a boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said that none of what I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained after the ordeal prove it. And I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
But it's got 2 eyes. Maybe it's Bicyclops. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
Opium! Soothes all ailments, I bet. 1 dram. Add to any spirits or tonic. Woo, that sounds like a fun night.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
You ever stop to consider maybe it's the laudanum causing the visions?
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Ooh, I gotta steal that drip. Oh yeah. Do. Now we're talking. Ooh, I like that leather coat though. Look at this drip. Positively styling and profiling here. Ooh, that sweater vest looks comfy as hell. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting an investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. What year? 1920s? Let's see if I can... Let's see. It's supposed to. Oh, shit. There's an easy way to verify. Remember they mentioned the Innsmouth raid, so it would have had to. It would had to be what, 1920s.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern port of Whisper Street. Reviews occurring at that night. Locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go down and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks in the fog. Those who saw it on the touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. All right. I think 90 minutes is a good enough stretch. I need to go stretch my legs out. I'm thoroughly enjoying this game. I got like to play just a tiny little bit of it before my previous computer died. So, and look at this drip. So, is this an autosave game or do I have to manually save? Oh, manually save. Good thing I figured that out. Alright. There we go. We saved the game. We're good to go. Interesting. Alright. So, we'll call it a stream there. Thank you, Squid. Squid. Thank you, Shin, for showing up and making this Squid Games comment. That was funny. Thank you, Stain, for showing up. Little Dozen. Spore Lover. Everyone watching on the VOD later on. Appreciate all you for being with me this week and having fun, tuning in, chatting, or even just watching. I hope you've been enjoying this week as much as I have, because this has been a really grand vacation. I'm almost sad to see it end, but I think a week is about good enough from work. A man like me, well, I found out I'm one of those people that would probably be incredibly lost if I was ever forced to retire. But some of us are just like that. But I think with hobbies like this, I could probably fill my days if I was ever forced to retire. So, alright. I'm gonna get out of here. You know the drill. I'll see y'all out there, and take her easy. Whatever you do.